at dinner, and people liked it. But I wrote this because I feel strongly about it. During a debate, Cruz talked about New York values. Oh, New York values. Boy, he wished he didn't say that, right? That was a bad thing. And he said it with hatred toward New Yorkers. He said it with hatred toward me, but me I don't care about. But he said it with a lot of anger and a lot of hatred. And he was talking about everything that you know he was talking about. Now he's trying to make excuses, saying, well, I meant liberal. He doesn't mean liberal. Not too many liberals in this room. Could be a few, but that's okay. They've been very nice. Let me go, and let me just say that New York values represent great things. Great things. And I just want to talk about the New York values that we all know so well. The values that make us love this state, despite the fact that we're not doing so well, which has been a symbol of American strength for years throughout the world, and that's for many, many years. New York State, for many years, has really represented American strength. And we're going to take care of all these areas where the companies are leaving, and we're going to be back to that position again. Where do we see New York values? We see it with our great New York police force. We love our police. We see it with our firefighters, who, by the way, were running up those stairs knowing that the World Trade Center probably was going to be tumbling down. And these people were running up those stairs along with the police, trying to help people, and they knew that those buildings were coming down. And they just went up. These are great people. These are New York values, by the way. These are the real New York values that guys like Cruz and others don't want to talk about. We see it with our transit workers. You saw the bravery with the transit workers. We see it with families playing in Central Park and playing in your parks up here, families that love each other and they love our state and they love our country. You see it with restaurant workers in delis and factory workers upstate. Now, when I wrote this, I didn't know the unemployment. What factory workers, right? But we're going to bring those factory workers back. We're going to bring the businesses back, and the people up here are going to have so many jobs to be looking at. We see it in the whole fabric of our community. What are New York values? Honesty and straight talking. A lot of people, they tell me, I don't know, but they tell me they like Trump because he's a straight talker. Now, it gets me in trouble every once in a while. Sometimes we talk too straight. But the honest truth, we have to be straight talkers. This political correctness is killing our country. It's killing us. It's killing us. We see it in our work ethic, because the New York work ethic, and you hear it all the time, the energy that we have in New York. You see it in a family, and you see it. Another one, you see it in the vibrance. The vibrance of our people. Our people are vibrant. Our people are loving people. We're builders. We make things. We have courage, and we love our community. And that's what New York values is. And just remember this. New York values were really on display for all to see in the aftermath, more than any time that I've lived here all my life. I know this area. I know every area of New York. I was in Long Island and Bethpage. We were in Suffolk. And it's rough because you see the buildings and there's so much empty stuff. But New York values were on display more than any other time in the aftermath of 9/11, a strike that hit at the heart of our city, the heart of our nation, like no other event that ever happened to our country. Worse than Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor was an attack on our military. People, even though it was a total sneak attack, at least it was our military they can defend. And boy, did they defend. Did we defend? Better believe it. That was not a good move, attacking Pearl Harbor. It's going to turn out to be not a good move attacking the World Trade Center, folks. Believe me. Not a good move. In our darkest moments as a city, we showed the world the very best of America. The firefighters and the first responders and our police officers and our Port Authority workers who ran up those stairs. Those are what New York values are all about. Father Michael Judge, an incredible guy who I knew a little bit, a chaplain to New York City Fire Department, who died providing comfort and prayer to the wounded and the fallen, and he knew when he looked, he knew he probably would be dying. Those are New York values, folks. Those are New York values. The people in the towers who helped rescue each other, those are New York values. They were rescuing each other. They were staying there far longer than they should have. They knew the danger of what they were doing. And you know what? They had choices, and you don't even want to know what those choices were. Stay in or get out. And the stairs no longer worked. They had no way out. But those are New York values. Those were amazing, amazing people. The restaurants and the local businesses who kept their shops open to help the responders. I have an office building in downtown, 40 Wall Street. People were staying there. They were living there. Everybody opened their hearts. Those are New York values. Everyone who helped clear the rubble and rescue the injured and are now suffering in many cases because the fumes, what they breathed in, is having a lasting effect. Many died from what they breathed in. But people were there immediately after the tragedy, and they're suffering to this day. Many, many died. Those are New York values. Every small act of kindness, every great act of courage, the courage down there was incredible. Those are New York values, the real New York values. And these are the values we need to make America great again, folks. These are the values. We have